guys, today we're doing what is old YouTube actually better than the new YouTube?
Thank you. Is old YouTube or new YouTube better?
New was better. The old was good for
Thank you for your opinion. Today's video is sponsored by Cool Shirts.
What? We're gonna skip that because we do not like sponsors. Or we do, I don't know.
That is personally one of the years that I really feel like YouTube started taking more of
YouTube took it off because of like the content of like doing challenges, basically. Like doing certain challenges and going viral, basically, and then started making money.
Shift and the dynamic of channels really started changing around that time. I look young.
I
understand. Could a 17-year-old beat up an 8-foot man? My point here, though, is that I have been watching YouTube for pretty much my entire life. I was watching Shane Dawson at like 8.
You know what I was watching when I first watched YouTube? I was like 5 or 3. I was watching Ryan's Toilet.
8 years old. Like so the title, though, is quite a heavy question because there are a decent amount of factors that kind of play into the answer. You have to compare, the content overall, the community, and how YouTube is now set up today compared to how it was in the previous years. This video is coming from the perspective of somebody who has watched YouTube since around 2008, 2009, and has been making videos and building a community on YouTube since around 2013. There was a time, and this might be obvious to a lot of people, but there was a time where YouTubers, first of all, didn't make money. Second of all,
you didn't make money. You were doing it for fun. And the third of all, I actually don't know. I don't have.
No one could ever fathom the idea that YouTube could become your full-time job one day, let alone create millionaires.
Or even
how
making
much YouTube
$1.
Content creation has grown.
It was just
now living more than
what was it called? It was a hobby. Yeah, that's the right word.
Is that something that has led to the quote downfall of YouTube?
It wasn't really a downfall.
Towards whether new or old YouTube is better, and that is something that I'm going to dive in.
When it was old, it was kind of better because people had more like you didn't have much.
Heads up, I will be talking about things that people dislike about YouTube, and I do those things, but it does indeed prove my point that I am a part of new YouTube. The quality of videos being released today are definitely better than they used to be. If you go back and watch an old YouTube video, they're sometimes pretty hard to watch, but depending on your preference, this could be a good or bad thing.
If you're a good YouTuber, starting out YouTuber, you can do good content, make good content terms to stuff like that.
Videos being poor quality, you might often get a feeling while watching it
like
that
5p or something, like bad graphics.
Okay, this person is just here for a good time. But when somebody has an expensive ass camera, professional lighting, a mic that sounds
no one was doing that.
It can feel more commercial sometimes. Pair that with a one.
They weren't doing that until like YouTube was actually making money and turning up
ad segment, and
to actually do
stuff. The vibe has changed. I personally think the
and then when you get money, you get sponsors, and then
feeling genuine was the rise of brand deals. We're going to be using the word perspective quite often.
So people do like sponsors. Before we didn't have sponsors in YouTube. If you wanted any money, it was later on. If you did it like you're doing it as basically a hobby, like it was all a hobby.
Warning. Putting this into perspective, between 2007 and 2012. 5 years. There were only about 473 sponsored videos posted on YouTube. That's not a lot.
It's not even a lot for like half of the world, but like it was hard to get sponsored because YouTube was a new thing, and it was the start.
Think about all the YouTube videos that you most commonly watch. They're probably all sponsored. I mean,
most likely, yeah. Sometimes, not all the time.
Damn, even this video is sponsored. Use code Allie for 10% off.
We're skipping that. Okay.
Of many creators,
a lot of
the
sponsors.
Growth of YouTube commentary.
When commentary strikes down, and it strikes down, and they said yes.
Commentary has existed since like the early days of YouTube. I'm not saying that shit just popped out of thin air in like 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
But you have to admit there definitely was a big boom in creators, like a huge birth. There's a bunch of them just like rising from the ground. Kind of just grab their cameras and film whatever they wanted to. But on the other
I can
hand,
still
you
film
also
whatever I want.
had a lot of creators making.
I'm not sponsored. Notify me if you want to sponsor me, please. Notify me.
Very offensive content, stuff that normalized racism, ableism, sexism, all these.
Please skip this part because I have no idea what they're talking about. Just either pause it, skip it, I don't know. Community.
This has changed so much. Newsflash: YouTube was not cool. If you like,
it was just whatever.
Friendly, dorky, and just most of the time humble. And just acting like kids on the internet. Second, the fans there were actually super sweet and respectful. I didn't have anybody come up to me, so I'm just talking about like what I was seeing with other people. Back in the day, though, all you got was just like trample.
And now they have VidCon. I don't know if I'll go to it. I might go to VidCon. I don't know when that is. Notify me, please, YouTube. Notify me when VidCon is. I will probably not go to it, but if I can.
So I haven't really experienced a lot of hate comments. They're there. They're there, but
is there any hate
not
comments
as often. Back in the day,
video?
I got quite a lot of hate comments, but I feel like I was just a targetable person. I was super young. I was a girl. Hello. And I don't know. It's just easy for boys to fuck with girls, to be fully honest. So overall,
yeah, we're just gonna, yeah.
It's a whole lot better than what we have today. The other thing, which actually I feel like they're actively trying to figure out and change, which I appreciate as a creator, and that is YouTube being extremely family friendly. YouTube,
yeah.
Homie, I get you. I know you just want to be as advertisable. You want to be as brand friendly as possible. But I promise you, there are plenty of brands out there that do not care if a creator says fuck one too many times. Like cool shirts, who don't fucking care because they're cool. Like I said though, I actually think YouTube is getting a lot better with this, but I know 2018, 2019, in those really rough years, it was just such a dramatic shift from YouTube really not caring about what went up in previous years. A lot of people also just really don't like the recommendation system. I don't dislike it at all, but I definitely have caught myself refreshing the page more than a few times, really trying to find something new and trying to maybe find creators that I haven't heard of before. But also, can you really blame the algorithm for recommending you the exact same thing when a lot of people are making the exact same thing? I mean, shit, have you seen all of...
Most content creators do the same thing. I'm trying to go based on creation. Trust me, guys, I really am. If you guys want challenge videos, I'll give you challenge videos.
The Mr. Beast wannabes.
Oh, so many. I can name 20 billion of these. So many Mr. Beast wannabes. I'm gonna explode.
Have you seen Brent Rivera stealing from everybody? There has most definitely been a plague of content stealers. There's no doubt. So many content. It's easier.
And content farms.
YouTube was meant to be easy, but
with Skibidi Toilet.
I don't know.
All that brand.
That easy. I do really think that no matter what YouTube does, people are not going to like it because they're always going to be chasing that nostalgic simplicity feeling that YouTube used to have. But complexity was bound to happen to YouTube anyway.
They want simple, they want, like, new stuff.
It would be a lose-lose situation, and YouTube would just fall off the face of the earth.
No, I can't let it. I can't show this, please.
But I was like 20, and they were still saying my comments couldn't be displayed because I was a minor. But even from that situation, I'm definitely able to recognize the support that creators get compared to what they used to get. Unless you had millions of subscribers, you were very lucky to have YouTube support with anything. Now, it's very different. So after I posted my first video back, my Dan and Phil video, my channel got hacked because I am fucking stupid. I got an email for a brand deal. Scam. It was for a video game that I actually had seen a lot of, YouTubers repping. Weird, but it got detected as scam, so I got strikes on my account, but they took those off. Yeah. Guys, if you ever see an email in your account basically saying that do something, check the sponsor, look into it before whatever you do. Just look into it. It will take 5 seconds of your time. Please. Off, and everything was back to normal. I was all good. But back in the day when I tried to get in contact with somebody about my comments and how I'm not a minor anymore, they basically just told me to go fly a kite. They can't do shit. So, cool. Sorry to bring up money one more time, but it's just such an important part in the differences of how YouTube was and is now. So I have a lot to talk about. Making money overall. You make money on YouTube. That's the go-to. Now that's the go-to. It was very difficult to make money just through YouTube back in the day. You weren't making much unless you were hitting those big. Fireworks aren't considered. Yeah, we're done. Hold up. Anymore. They basically just told me to go fly a kite. They can't do shit. Sorry. Companies like Fullscreen, Awesomeness TV, you saw pretty much all your favorite creators were partnered with one of those. They only really gave a shit about you if you had millions. I don't have millions of subscribers, but I will soon if you hit that subscribe button. Is it red? No, it's not red anymore. But still do it. It won't make my day, it won't make your day, I think. And dislike this video, comment. Do whatever you want. It's a video. Millions, and I mean millions of subscribers, and they could put your face on their front page of their website so that they look like they're more important than they are. I was with Awesomeness TV, and I will say that was completely pointless. Pretty sure they just took majority of my money, and they did nothing for me. I don't think I ever talked to a single soul. Nowadays, you have creators pretty much popping out of thin air. Like, everyone wants to be a YouTuber. It can be pretty hard to grow, but in my opinion, it was actually harder to grow on YouTube back in the day. I think the algorithm wasn't... Yeah, because there wasn't much to do, but it's still hard for people to, do that because I'm new. Most people, when they're new, they don't get as much. I want to hit 100 subscribers. I'll be happy with that, but I'm going to try to get 1,000 subscribers this year. That's my goal, guys. Developed as it is today, the recommendation system was honestly pretty rigged. There was also a lot less people on the internet in general. Numbers really meant something completely different. Between 2013 and 2017, I only hit around 20K subscribers. Maybe 21K was my peak. But you're still making money, right? Meet and greets, to have lines of people that wanted to meet me at VidCon. I had a YouTube friend group that a bunch of people followed and really wanted updates on. I had fan pages, hate pages, and Amino about me. Just with 20K people. Now I'm almost at 100K, and to be honest, I think if I went to VidCon, I don't know if anyone would have known who I was. And that's not me complaining or anything. It's me kind of just... I want to go to VidCon. You guys already heard this, but... Putting in perspective how different numbers were back then. Now, I think it's easier to grow, but in exchange, we did used to have more tight-knit communities. Now, I didn't know about 80% of the VidCon lineup. I didn't know who any of those people were. Making content is just very different now. Now you gotta go based on content with fresh ideas, which is hard. I'm trying to look for ideas in my mind. So, notify me. I don't know. Comment. If you can comment on my video. I don't know if it can comment on my video or not. But, if you can, give me some ideas, and I will use it for a video. Itched all the time. A cat playing a piano was absolutely insane to me. I would still watch that, to be fully honest, but it was new. I just feel like it's a lot easier now to get in motion as a creator, and I feel like it's very easy to be satisfied as a viewer nowadays. I feel like it's a win.
If you're like a viewer now, I don't know. Why did I pause it? I don't know.
When creators are making money and being able to put stuff out there and spend time on stuff because it's become their job, and viewers are constantly...
I want this. I love this job because I don't have a job, and it's the best I can do. So,
entertained by more and more creators that are finding, their voice and spreading cool stuff. It's a win-win. It really is. So if you want to yell at me in the comments, that's totally all right. I definitely understand. But yes, my final answer is that I think new YouTube is great, and I think
old and good. I think they're both good, honestly. Like and subscribe. Have a good day. Dislike. I don't know. Bye.
It's only evolving, and it's just gonna get better. I also want to hear your guys' opinions. I really do.